Saturday lunchtime. What an embarrassment. Just absolute pure embarrassment. Dismal defending. Off the mark. It was... I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. Right?
You can't defend anything anymore.
No,
on the pitch and off the pitch.
Everything we did on that day, apart from De Gea making some phenomenal saves, was piss poor. Like, 5 at the back.
Sorry, I have to step in here because you're lucky that without some of his saves in the first half that you weren't out of it like you were against Liverpool.
Oh, 100%. Like, the fact there was nearly 2 own goals from our centre-halves in that first half made it even worse.
There was a point where United had more shots at their own goalkeeper.
I think we had more shots on De Gea than we did Ederson throughout the whole 90.
How does that happen?
I have no idea.
How could this happen?
Everything about it was wrong. I mean, playing 5 at the back, then with 2... Well, it was supposedly like 3 defensive midfielders, so Greenwood and Ronaldo were having to do the whole attacking work, and everything about it was just wrong.
Bruno Fernandes is horrendous at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't want to be defending, because you could clearly see that a lot of the time during that first half, he wasn't tracking back or tracking his man, he was just stopping around the centre circle, and that made Fred and McTominay do more work than they were capable of. I mean, let's be honest, Fred can't do much work in that Manchester United bloody jersey. But yeah, it was just, everything about that game was just awful for United fans to see. And again, I'm not surprised there's question marks over Ollie's future. And like I said, I'm not going to be calling for a manager to be sacked, but it wouldn't surprise me if over this international break he is sacked and the United moved on. But at the same time, you've got to look at it from an outside, or from Man United's perspective. Does Ed Woodward really care who he gets in, because he's gone at the end of this year? And if Ed Woodward brings someone in and then a new technical director or director of football comes in his place come the new year, how do he doesn't want to change managers straight away?
Yeah, you just have to say at this point, why do you think they continue to stick with him? You've got all these managers being sacked left, right and centre, and yet Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is still in a job when his form has probably been just as bad as those that have lost their jobs.
Yeah.
How is he coming through this?
I wish I knew. I really did wish I knew. Like, it is becoming a sense of bafflement now, and I genuinely think he must have some sort of like crazy release clause that was inserted into his contract over the summer when he signed that extension until 2024 that makes United bosses think we shouldn't be sacking him because it will cost us too much. I completely
forgot about the extension.
Yeah.
That's why it's gone wrong.
Mm.
You know the rules, you do extensions like that when they probably don't really deserve it. It always comes back to bite them.
Yeah, and it's been case in point this season for United so far. I mean, you can't... After watching that game, the whole 90 minutes, I can't tell you what Man United's best 11 is and what identity he's trying to play with, because in the last 3 games, he's changed his formation every game that we've played. And it's just, like, it's confusing to see. Like, you're 11 games now into a league season. You should know what your best 11 is and what your best formation and how you want to play. Yes, you might tweak it a little bit for certain teams, but it should be pretty simple, the core work of what you got to do.
Yeah, sorry, I was just getting glaring similarities.
But yeah, it's...
It's okay. Do you know why?
Why?
Because they're going to call in the big guns now to help out. Have you seen that Tyson Fury is offering his services?
I did see that video earlier on this morning, actually, and it did make me chuckle a bit. I mean, get him and Roy Keane into that Carrington dressing room over this international break. They'll start playing like actual fucking footballers then.
I just would want to see Tyson Fury knockout on it. That's a joke. And it's a joke.
Yes. It's a tricky period for United after this international break, though, that we are now on. So they got Watford first game back, which if Ollie's still in the job, is 100% a must win, because if he loses that, he has to go. And then...
I'm sorry, let's face it, he's not getting sacked.
No, and then...
In this international break, they would have done it.
And then 2 games after, away to Chelsea on the 28th of November, and then we start December with a home game against Arsenal. Now, if we lose them 2 games, like, we're already so far off the mark in terms of behind the leaders in the total race. We're 9 points behind Chelsea already. So if we lose another 2 games, that's potentially 15 points off the top 4, the champions, or potential champions, as we'll say for now. And we're only just starting December. That's a worrying sign. And no manager should be, like, no manager at a club that quality should be safe.
Yeah, you have literally, your template came last season. You should be trying to make sure you do everything as possible that Chelsea did. Look what Chelsea did. They got rid of Lampard at a time when... I'm trying to think. Lampard needed to be sacked. He clearly wasn't capable.
Yeah.
With the, especially after the amount of money he spent. Almost similar to Solskjaer.
Yeah.
Obviously he spent a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But Solskjaer's in the same boat. He's spent over 100.
Yeah.
They won the Champions League.
Yeah. And still finished in the top 4. Because didn't they finish 3rd or 4th?
Yeah. And you got to be like, United aren't in the position Chelsea were. Like, United are
6th.
5th, 4th,
6th.
5th, 6th.
Yeah, after this weekend's results.
Yeah, no, it's a season that's still salvageable.
100% it's salvageable, but it is one of them where you're like, he does need to be sacked to get this on road and have a season like Chelsea did last year, because otherwise, like I said, it could be absolute carnage, and we find ourselves in a position where we're looking at Europa League or the Europa Conference League, and you shouldn't be doing that. You should be looking title, top 4.
Still be wrong with the Conference League. I'm sure Jose Mourinho's enjoying it.